check out the website jfresh.co.uk.
What's good, people? It's your boy JFresh right here for the website jfresh.co.uk. You already know I'm here with an artist
who's extremely hungover.
Extremely hungover, but also...
or still drunk, actually. I'm not sure which.
You know what? He also gets a little bit sunburnt like me, very easily. Professor Green in the house. What's happening, man?
What's happening, mate?
It's good to see you, man.
Thank you.
A little bit hungover. What was happening last night?
Mate, I didn't want to go out. I never want to go out.
Just dragged out,
when
kicking
I
and
go out,
screaming.
I'm out, you know? And,
out, yeah.
Never just out. And yeah, last night it just got a bit ridiculous. We ended up at the box and yeah, painful.
So you want me to keep it a little bit quieter then?
Yeah, let's see.
A little bit down tempo.
No, that's just...
Exactly.
I don't know if I can swear. Can I swear? Which
You already have done.
I have
Swear
done.
I have to reverse that
it's
ish
like one of
out.
them ones where you take a chip off someone's plate and then ask for it. It's very European.
Now listen, man, you got some records out there at the moment.
I have. It's nice to be back, and it's really good to see the response to the records as well. It makes it easier when people like them.
Always helps, man.
It does, doesn't it?
The first record I want to talk to you about is Not Your Man.
Yeah.
Interesting message behind that record.
Yeah, I guess so. It would have been really easy for it to be really ploddy and really deep and meaningful. And when I wrote the chorus, James from Star Sailor was playing guitar and played this little riff, and I was like, that's the one. That's the one. And the chorus just come out in like 10 minutes. We had the whole chorus, and they were trying to get me to sing it, and I was like, no, this is, James, you do the demo.
I think this is where you come in, man.
And James did the demo, and we ended up getting Tarbo to sing it. Who sounds incredible.
Smashes it.
But I just wanted it to turn on its head for the verses. I'm getting back into that place where I just want to rap my ass off. I'm really enjoying just barring again and just making people remember it's not just about the commercial aspect of it. I've had commercial success, but I remember where I come from because I enjoy rapping. And
well, even now you're saying that your whole face is lighting up because we know people have been following you and representing you for a while know that you cover the full spectrum. Yeah,
and it's important. I've never, ever, 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 ever compromised myself on my lyrics for the other songs. I don't go into the studio and go, let me make a pop song. I've always done different stuff. Like, there are certain people who like one side of my music more than the other, and they go, why don't you make another Up Clapton dance? Why don't you make another jungle? But if you go back to when I started, one of my first songs was Stereotypical Man, which is not dissimilar to I Need You Tonight. I've always had the cheeky and more kind of, I guess that they do have more commercial sensibility, but not intentionally. It's just an aspect of my personality that comes out in song. So, yeah, I like to have fun in the studio.
And there's another record, Lullaby.
Yeah, man.
With a very talented artist.
Yeah,
wow.
Tori Kelly flipping. Mate, I wrote it with Ina Rolton, and Chris Loco did the production.
Oh, okay.
And Ina sounded amazing. So when the label suggested getting someone else on it, I was like, okay, I've heard Tori Kelly, she's incredible. Let's just, see how it sounds. And to be honest, it wasn't someone that I would have reached out for. She's managed by Scooter Braun. I would never have thought I could have got her on a record. You know what I mean? I'm just little old Pro Green, from England. And we got the first cut of it back, and she just sounded
crazy,
incredible, man. And the response to the song has been wicked. It's weird, isn't it? Because it's not a depressing song, but it is about depression. It comes from a dark place, but it's about the resolve. It's not a dark song. And it's good to draw attention to that. Look what happened to Robin Williams. I suffer with depression. My dad evidently did. I didn't know that because I didn't know him well enough. And he took his own life. And amongst men, it's not spoken about enough.
No.
Because you're a sissy. You can't tell someone you're not all right. How you doing? You all right? Yeah, I'm cool. Inside you might be feeling horrendous, but you always go, yeah, I'm cool, man, even if you're not. And if it draws any attention to that subject and helps anyone talk about it, men or women, then it's cool. And the response I've seen is wicked. Like, it's really connecting with people. People are telling me how much it means to them and how much they can relate to a lot of what's said in it, and you can't beat that kind of response.
Well, that shows the power of music.
Yeah.
And how it can break
things down. And that's what it's about. It's hard to make a song with a message in it, though, because a lot of the time people end up sounding preachy, and I'm not into preaching. I'm not into all that, and it's really difficult then to make it accessible as well. And fingers crossed we've succeeded. I can't count your chickens before they hatch.
It's getting a lot of heat and a lot of love at the moment.
The video's done over 500,000 in like less than a week. It's gone mental, and that's just organic. There's no promotion behind it. We're not on radio properly yet.
People have found it and like it, and
so it's cool. Honestly, just to it feels so nice just to be back and be releasing music again, and for people to have music to talk about rather than my blimmin' marriage.
Makes a nice change, man. And we talk about the music.
Yeah.
New album on the way as well.
Yep.
It's been a hot minute, man.
Growing up in public, it has. But you know what? Back in the day, 2 years between albums weren't much, wasn't it? It was 2 years weren't much at all. Nowadays, it's digested so quickly. People just want something new all the time, you know? Even down to, like, you look at Twitter, everything's being squashed, you know, everything has to be more concise and everything has to be quicker. Happy birthday is not a birthday card anymore, it's just HBD by text if you're lucky. Like,
maybe a kiss
if they really care, or a like on a Facebook post. I deleted my personal Facebook, I got rid of WhatsApp. Like, people can just contact you at any given time, and it's like, it goes back to BBM days. Like, people, if you were to go through your BBM messages, how many of them would someone actually phone you to say? Not many. People do it because it's at their fingertips and they're bored. And that was behind the whole the Twitter reboot and all that. I just don't want to chat senseless rubbish anymore. Telling people when I fed my dog or when I last went to the toilet, like what? And everyone does the same thing as well. That's why I unfollowed everyone. Because if you unfollow people one by one, then you
end up following their lines.
Well, no, it's not even that. If you unfollow people one by one, you end up upsetting people, didn't you? Because people really care. It don't matter if they got your phone number and they're like a really good friend. And, you know, they just get really upset if you unfollow them. So I just unfollowed everyone.
We were going to talk about Twitter, but you covered that nicely.
I know, I just ended up on it.
No, it's all good though. But we talk about the album.
Yeah.
And the title of the album.
Yeah.
Can anybody really relate to that unless they've had to grow up in public themselves?
Mate, I don't know.
How would you sum it up?
It was a giggle for me. Like, when I first came up with the title, it was Joe. It wasn't serious. It didn't mean as much to me as it does now. But irony seems to blimmin' follow me around, and I'm getting used to it. And in the last 18 months, there's definitely been a lot of moments which I've had to deal with playing out in public. So it kind of become a self-fulfilling prophecy, I guess. It means a hell of a lot more to me now than it did do. Yeah,
really resonates, man.
Yeah, and we've seen a lot of people grow up in public. You know, look at Bieber. I think people are too harsh on him, man. Like, we all mess up as children, and he was a child. It's easy to be angelic when you're a child because you don't have that much opportunity to do bad. But you know, there's a lot of people we've seen grow up and mess up, and people are so hard. Like, we all mess up at them ages, but he's got a whole world watching, you know what I mean?
Especially now that you can pick up your phone and film it,
camera
or
phones,
tweet it, whatever.
I'm always on the lookout. He's got a camera phone. Am I going to get caught doing something? What's going on?
I like go back to the days before I even had a mobile phone.
Yeah, mate.
I used to go out without mobile phones.
I'm 30 now, so I remember. I never had the internet till I was 14. You know, it's one of the most incredible things because there's so much brilliant information there.
It's crazy.
And people end up reading the Daily Mail.
When we talk about your album, which is coming out September
22nd. Single September the 14th on iTunes.
Let's get it in there.
I'm getting in the swing of promo now. It's the first bit of promo I've done in ages.
Get back into it, man.
I'm enjoying it again. You get to a point where you're like, and I think a lot of it had to do with the marriage and stuff. Like, I didn't have any music to promote, and I was just getting asked constant questions about that, and I'm like, this isn't what I'm trying to sell. I don't want to sell my marriage. I don't want to monetize my marriage. It's a marriage. I'm with a person that I have a proper relationship with. I don't want to turn that into a flipping brand. You know what I mean?
That's your personal life's your personal life. You keep it private.
And I'm always honest in record. And if people ask questions, I never dodge them. I always answer them. But it was just, it was so hard because I wanted to take a step back and do the album, but I wasn't allowed to do that. Because even though I wasn't chatting about anything, people were constantly talking about us, and people build a perception based upon what they see. And they don't realise that we're not tipping paps off and selling them pictures. Like, we're just going out and being a couple.
As you normally do, and you'll be followed and documented.
And then put on the Daily Mail. You can't escape that, but it's like, I'm not willing to become a recluse and just shut off my life for the sake of not being papped and whatever.
You got to live your life, man. You got to do your thing. When we talk about an album, because I know I keep bringing it back to that.
Thank you. Makes a bloody change. I like you.
It's got to be done. How difficult is it to condense from all the records that are sat there saying these are the ones that could make that album?
Do you know what? I've never been. This is the first time where I've actually made a lot of records that are not on the album. I normally just start a bunch of records and then finish the ones that I want on it. In fact, I've done the same thing on this. Like, I started a whole bunch of records and I finished the records that I wanted on the album. It's a shorter album than the last. The last one was like a deep and introspective one. This one I just wanted something I could sink my teeth into live. I wanted to be a bit more upbeat. I feel a bit more upbeat generally, even with all the rubbish that's happened. And that comes across in the music. It's not whiny. It's not complaining. You know, anything I address that's been bad is done in a way that I generally do it. You know, even getting stabbed in that, I was like, you know, I got stabbed in the neck. Now I'm bad from the dead. But I just, what did I say? I haven't rapped that song in a long time. Something about chicks dig scars. I managed to, I like making light of the dark rather than dwelling on it. And
like you said a little bit earlier, if you're putting certain issues out there in a certain way, people can digest that.
100%, and it's more relatable as well. Like, I didn't really, the time off was good for all the good and bad that happened. It gave the album some substance. I didn't want to write an album about my blimmin' tour bunk, you know what I mean, on my bus. It's not going to make interesting songs. It's not relatable.
You mentioned tour.
Yeah.
There's a tour coming up.
There is, man.
Confirmed.
I can't blimmin' wait. I'm actually gonna,
gassed for it.
I'm going to do this one as well, rather than moving it again. You know what? The only mistakes I really ever made was saying, yeah, I'm going to have an album ready by this time and I'm going to tour it here. Because if I never put the dates out, there would have been no problems. And people hate it when you move shows and stuff.
Oh, they hate it. They go crazy.
I'd have felt like a horrible person to just go out and perform the same songs in the same set again, or perform songs that people weren't familiar with. I don't think it's fair for people to pay money for tickets and come and see a blimmin' greatest hit set until it's a greatest hit set, you know?
Yeah. So when it comes to you putting together like your set list and how your performance is going to be, I mean, it sounds to me like that's something you enjoy. But is it something that's a little bit difficult sometimes? Because you want to give some of your old records to your old fans, your new stuff. You want to tease the new records.
Yeah, but there's been times where performing "I Need You Tonight" has felt like sticking up pins in my eyes. You perform one song so much, and you just get to a point where you're like,
really?
Here we go again, this song. And you begin to, with that especially, because everyone come up, you know when you say things you don't realise you say. So in the record, I say swear down. I always say swear down. That's just something that's part of my vocabulary. And you've got people coming up to you in the street going, swear down, and doing their silly imitation rap hands as well that everyone does when they go, oh, what you do?
He does it. He does it.
They give it, people that hear this will understand, they give it, you do all that rapping stuff. I wouldn't be able to rap without hands. I do have rap hands. Everyone has a rap hand.
That's when you're going in.
Drake has a particularly
in.
bad rap hand. But yeah, no, I love it. It's going to be difficult putting this set together, especially because I want to perform the whole of the new album because it's exciting for me. I've got to learn all the blooming songs. I know, you know what, the thing is, I've got all the new songs in my head. It's the old songs I worry about. And I find that when I do stuff, and I've been doing bits and bobs, like I've still been doing PAs and whatnot, and I'm cool with old lyrics until I think about them. And then I go, oh God. And the beat's already playing, and I'm like, as long as I get the first line, I'm fine.
Then you're right, yeah.
It was weird seeing the Jay-Z documentary when he did it, where is it, in New York, Madison Square Gardens, when he performed the whole of Reasonable Doubt and he had to relearn the lyrics. And you do, man, because there's songs you don't perform for a long time and you go back to me, you're like, hold on a minute, I wrote this and I can't even blimmin' remember it.
So we got records on the way in the album, we got a tour on the way.
Yep.
But also, perhaps most importantly, there's some good TV on the way.
What TV?
September, October time.
What am I doing then?
You've been saying there's some interesting TV coming up that you want to start watching.
Oh yeah, there's loads of new TV shows, man.
What kind of stuff you feeling?
Mate, Sons of Anarchy, the last season.
Excited to get your teeth into that?
I can't wait. I didn't like him in Green Street. I didn't enjoy him in Green Street, but I think he's good as Jax Teller. I like Sons of Anarchy. There's a few new TV shows as well. Yeah, I'm excited.
And even though
it's going to take up all my time, all the work I should be doing, all the writing I should be doing,
all the studio sessions. But this is the thing, even though
I'm going to be watching TV shows on my laptop.
Even though I know like Facebook and Twitter frustrates you, having things like Sky Plus means that you never, and listen again and watch again means you never miss your favourite TV show. So technology's got a little bit of a good
side. I started to use iCal as well.
Yeah?
Graceland's on here and Gang Related's on here. Yeah, so I never miss them. Otherwise, I do.
Wicked.
It's kind of good missing them though, because then you end up watching 3 episodes. Otherwise, you have to watch it week by week, and I'm so impatient. I just want everything there and then, you know what I mean?
We're all like that. Listen, it's been great to catch up, man. Thanks for your time today. We look forward to the album dropping and the tour dates that are going to happen.
They are. Well, touch wood.